I'm gonna make this really quick, 5-6 minutes or so. I just woke up, hence the coffee, obviously. And I was talking on some forums, and they were talking about violence towards men and women and the differences, and the women just didn't seem to understand what I was trying to get across. Now, no offense to the women, I love women, and right off the bat I'm going to play devil's advocate and say, stop violence against women. But also stop violence against men. Come on, that's common sense. I really wish there was something that was just stop violence. Period. Wouldn't that be great? But there isn't. I mean, there are, but the big thing now is the male-female issue, and men are just getting left behind in every way, shape, and form. It's a freight train. The feminist movement is this ridiculous freight train that uses all these crazy statistics and things to get momentum. And what happens on a freight train when you slam on the brakes? Not much. It keeps going. So I'm going to get right down to the point. As always, I'm going to tell you guys, trust but verify. Don't take anybody's information as the God's honest truth, including mine. Do your own research. Now, where I got my information was the Department of Justice, the Bureau of Justice Statistics, the National Crime Victimization Survey, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation Uniform Crime Reports. All three of those, there was only about a 2% difference between their statistics. So when you get three separate sites, and there's about a 2% difference on the sites, you can pretty much be assured that the information you're getting is pretty darn correct. So, this is my graph. What I have done is I've taken the percentages for each crime on the three most prevalent age groups that violent crime happens, and I've reduced it from the millions down to the hundreds. But I've kept everything up and up. The percentages are exactly the same. And the reason I did that was I wanted to show you, and I wanted to touch your imagination. Doing a nice even number like 100 and then working up from there is a lot easier. So, let's imagine that you're a doctor, and you have 100 men and 100 women in a quarantine area, and they're all infected with a virus. One virus is the XY virus. This XY virus attaches itself to the chromosome, the Y chromosome, and it kills only men. Then you have another virus called the XX virus. It kills only women. Now you have the medication, but you can only cure one, just one, of those diseases. Which one would you cure? Well, let's get into that. This one right here, in the age range 12 to 15, of which there are 30 men and 30 women, 52.1% of the men are going to die from this XY virus, i.e., 52.1% of males aged 12 to 15 are victims of violent crime. So that's where this is going. 27.9% of the females, black represents male, orange represents female. In the age range of 16 to 19, there are 40 men and 40 women. 48.9% of the men are going to die, and 28.3% of the women are going to die. The age range 20 to 24, there are 30 men and 30 women. 32.2% of the men will die, and 38.1% of the women will die. Now that is the only age range in which women experience more violent crime than men. The only one. And it's not even that big of a difference. So, what does that mean? Well, that means as a doctor, you're looking at, out of the 100 men, if you don't cure the XY virus, 38 of them are going to die. Out of the 100 women, if you don't cure the XX virus, 30 of them are going to die. Now, that doesn't really sound like a lot, alright? But, let's take it up. So, out of every 100, and I'm going to stop with the XY virus and XX and call it what it is, the violence. So, out of every 100 men and 100 women, 8 more men experience violence and are victims of violence than the women. Doesn't sound like much, but let's exponentialize it. The virus breaks out of this quarantine area, Within the first hour, 200 men and 200 women are infected. Out of those, 76 of the men will die, and 60 of the women will die. Hour 2, 400 men and 400 women are infected. Out of those, 152 men will die, and 120 women will die. Hour 3, 800 men are infected, and 800 women are infected. Out of those, 305 men will die, 240 women will die. 1,600. Hour 5. 1,600 men are infected, 1,600 women are infected. Out of those, 608 men will die, 488 women will die. Now let's get into the millions. If 1 million men were infected with this, and 1 million women were infected with the XX virus, 80,000 more men would die than women. 80,000. So that means for every million men and every million women, 80,000 more men are victims of violent crime than women. Fact. Common sense. Which one would you look to cure? The one that saves more people. Just stop the violence, people. Look, America, you're beautiful. Comment, like, subscribe. If you guys don't comment on this, I don't know what you're thinking. If I put false information out there, you let me know. Because I don't want to put falsehoods. I only want to put truth out there. America, you are beautiful. You can never, ever let anybody tell you that you are not beautiful. People, you are perfect. Men, women, girls, boys, you are awesome the way that you are. You people are the best people on the planet Earth, and nobody can ever tell you any different, because you are. And that is another fact. America, you are beautiful. Love you guys.